Good morning, everyone. I don't usually do this, and I know it's kind of early, so I'm not gonna wait for our audience to build. I just want to address some of the posts that you guys have been seeing on my timeline, and other people's live posts and everything. The situation is real. The backlash that I got from people being negative about the situation is like confusing to me, because you're basically saying that it's okay to hurt children and we can just move on with our life, we can sweep it up under the rug, but not this mama, because at the end of the day, I didn't know what was going on, but it is my job to protect her. So let's believe that I'm going to see this thing all the way through to the end, because he hurt my child. And instead of being who I used to be 10 years ago, which would have been that person that got in that car, got the goons together and handled my business, I decided to let the law and the Lord handle us. And I want to say thank you to all of the supporters as well, because like so many have said, this thing is happening and right in our backyard, people. We don't even know. We have no clue. This was my ex-husband, my children's father, the person that was supposed to protect all of us. He was supposed to be the head of my household, and he violated in such a way, it's just appalling. As a mom and a victim myself, yes, I'm gonna put that out there too, because I'm tired of being silent. As a victim myself, I felt like it was my job to make sure that my daughter sees justice for the person that hurt her. I don't care what the connection is. We all have his last name, unfortunately. It's embarrassing, but beyond that, there were others that were hurt too, who didn't come forward. And if somebody had just pulled my coattail and said, girl, watch your kids, you ain't even got to tell me the details, because I could care less. But I would have been watching. You know what I'm saying? I would have known what to look for. But when you're with someone who you trust wholeheartedly with your prized possessions, which are your children, you don't think to look for stuff like that, when you don't see weird behavior, because there's other victims that this happened to before my child. So he's basically a professional at doing this. Everybody was younger than him, and I'm not going to blast out anybody, because hey, that's your personal business. You deal with it however you see fit, and just to let you know, if you want to come forward, I did find out that it's not too late. If it happened to you when you were 6 years old and you're 35, you can still file charges, just to let you know and put it out there. But the sister, decided to inbox me, I guess in defense of her brother, which I thought was a little crazy, because you got issues too. You know what I'm saying? You're sick and twisted too, because he did it to you too. I'm gonna put yours out there, since you want to come at me and come for me and mine. So you got to deal with your own demons. Whatever it is, whatever you're going through, you don't have to see anything that I post. You don't have to respond. You can untag yourself, unfriend me. That's why those options are there, because you don't have to be around me, because I really don't care at this point. This man needs to be exposed. He needs to be caught. And just for the record, this emotional roller coaster is crazy, because like I said, this is my ex-husband. This is somebody I once loved and gave my all to. Even my children, exposed my children to, even the ones, that don't belong to him. I exposed everything that I had to this man, and he violated in such a way. So from this point forward, I am going to speak out, reach out, post. I don't care who has an issue with it. I want him found. A lot of people are saying they want him dead. He needs to die. He needs to this. But I just thought about something, because that was my first instinct, right? But I just thought about it. We always say when somebody is suffering, somebody is going through in life, and then they pass on, and we're like, oh, they're in a better place. There's no more suffering. I want him to suffer. He doesn't need to die. He needs to be humiliated. He needs to be violated. He needs to feel the same way that he has made all his other victims feel. So he does not need to die. He needs to pay. He needs to turn himself in and do the right thing. If he has any remorse, if he's sorry in any way, which I doubt, because when I found my daughter's diary, which is how I found out, she didn't even come to me because she was afraid that he was going to kill her or hurt me, because yes, I'm gonna put it out there was some domestic violence in my marriage. So my baby was afraid that he was going to hurt me, so she said nothing. And if it wasn't for the promotion that I got, and for me moving out of state and having to go back in her room to do some final touches when it comes to, you know, packing up and everything, I better see this one book, which I bypassed every other book that I seen. I'm like, well, why is this one sitting over here? She must have been hiding it or something and didn't realize that I was going to go in the room. So I read this and it spells out details, dates, all that. Yes, they have all the evidence. But I did not think that this was even possible. You know what I mean? So I just lost my train of thought because I'm in this stupid traffic. But anyway, point is, please, people, don't come at me negatively because I'm trying to protect my child. Don't be in my inbox with this nonsense, because you have no idea what my baby has to go through, what I have to go through, what my family has to go through, how this affects all sides. My side, his side, their side, because my kids are biologically connected. I'm connected to these people for life. Like, this is real. This is not a game. This is not for everybody to just be talking about. The only reason why I decided to say something now is because it's out there. I had to wait for, you know, the investigation and all the evidence and everything, but now it's out there. It needs to be exposed. He needs to be caught. So if you see him, dial that number. Dial a number. You ain't even gotta leave your name or nothing. Report him. Whoever is helping him out, you know, hopefully I'm not gonna put them at fault, because they probably just care about him and trying to make sure that he's okay. But, you know, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But again, people need to start speaking out about this. I never thought in a million years that I would have to go through this with my own child after what I've gone through, you know. So I'm going to say something every chance I get. Once again, I don't care what nobody feels, how you're embarrassed. I'm embarrassed too. But guess what? It's bigger than that. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. And if we continue to let this go on, it's going to be so many other babies messed up. That's why there's so many broken people in this world, because we are walking around with this baggage and we're holding on. Some people, they get saved and still don't let that go because it still affects them, because they don't know how to let it go, because they ain't never told nobody, or they ain't never talked about it, or they ain't never get the help that they need. We need to speak out, people. This ain't no secret. This should not be something that people sweep under the rug any longer. And the people that knew about this should have said something. You know how they got that, you see something, say something? It happens to you, say something. Don't be afraid to come forward. The process is crazy, it's long. I found out in December before I left, and here we are, September 1st, and right before this dude's birthday, which I don't know if that was a coincidence or not, but almost a year later, finally, there's some, you know, publicity. There's something out there where he's still walking around, but I feel like I made some progress, because I started to lose hope. I started to feel like, well, dang, why report it if they ain't gonna help me? If they ain't going to, you know, resolve this issue and make sure that this man paid for what my baby did, I should have took matters in my own hand. And it took me harassing them. Yes, I did harass West Haven Police Department because I wanted justice, and I still want it. Believe me, we'll be on the first thing smoking, arraignment, trial, all that. We in the building. This is not going to be left undone. If I have anything to do with it, as long as I have breath in my body, my baby gonna get justice. So I hope he don't take the coward way out and kill himself. I hope nobody else decides to ruin their life, because I got a bunch of brothers. I could have got all my brothers together, and this man's head would have been on a stick. But why ruin everybody else's life because he got a sick and twisted mind? You know what I'm saying? So don't do nothing to him. Just report him so he can pay. So he can feel the humiliation and embarrassment and suffer the way that he deserves to suffer, because he don't even deserve to die. Death is too good for him. That's how I feel. Death is too good. He had the nerve to say to me, oh, we can just go to counseling. We are family. Let's deal with this as a family. I could not believe my ears when this man said that. So all the naysayers, all the people that got something to say, listen, I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you think, because guess what? I thought I knew that man too. I've been dealing with this man since my early 20s up until 3 years ago when I divorced his behind. Had no idea. So, again, speak out, people. Don't hold this in, because I'm not. And I'm not going to say I'm going to make this live thing a habit. But I felt like I needed to address this, and I felt like, you know, it was way too much to type. And, you know, again, I thank all of you guys for your prayers. I thank you for your support, because, you know, again, I started to lose hope. And then when I get all these inboxes from strangers, you know, sharing their story and what they went through and how they got through, you know, it's encouragement. It lets me know, like, you know, it just reinforces the fact that I know that we can get through this, you know, and she doesn't have to be negatively scarred. Like, it'll never go away. Let's be clear. It'll never go away. That memory will never be erased. But my goal is to get her the help that she needs, so that it doesn't affect her in her adult life, because this could affect how she loves or how she treats her children. Like, it's so many possibilities out there. And I know it could have been worse. It could have been worse, because you got people out here who join in and do stuff with their own biological children. I mean, it's just freaking sickening, all the stories and, you know, things that happen. Some children die in the acts, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to be out there. And again, thank you guys for your support. I'm in traffic, so I'm sorry if I didn't address anybody's comments down there at the bottom. I just can't read and drive, and that's why I'm not really looking in the camera. But I just really felt that I needed to address this in my heart, because this is serious. This is deep. This is bigger than you and me at this point. But y'all have a blessed day, and thank you so much for watching.